Cool. Ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum. Cool. 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 Ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum, ya tuwalu kum.
Happy new day. It is a great day to be alive. It is a wonderful space to be in on this joyous day as we rose up together. All right. It is a wonderful space to be in. Excited about this beautiful early rise to be with you, to be connected with you today in love, and to know that everything is working out for our highest good. Everything is happening for my highest good. I am Oracle Mother Yanis Lamel, NutriPrime Supreme 1216 of the Messiah Code Movement and at the Walu Tribe. It's wonderful. It's an amazing day. And so we give gratitude for all of us being here in this sacred space. And let us acknowledge our team and energies that are here in this space with us. The ancestors of the higher realm, Mother, Father, Prime Creator, 24 elders, Ascended Masters, Galactic Enforcers, Star Beings, Archangels, all that are assisting us now in this present moment. The sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, the animal totem that are assisting us, turtle energy, cat energy, the owl energy, the fish energy that are here in this present moment now. You're welcome. Mother Earth, all the Orishas that are assisting us now. Kuan Yin energy, unconditional love. Mataran energy that governs over this space, this time now. For we are an open channel for source to flow through. Galactic Enforcers. Of gratitude. Gratitude for our body. Gratitude for all that is source. From source out came all things. And with gratitude, Grandma Charlotte, Mother Rosa, Rabbi Yair, yeah. Let us do the community breath. Oh wow. Whole phone went. Here we go. Let us do the community breath, and let us breathe in 3. I'm breathing 3. Hold it 3. Hold it for 3. Release for 3. We're gonna do that 3 times, 3 cycles, and we're breathing in those things that work for us, and releasing those things that don't work for us. But that's how we're gonna roll with that right now. We have some amazing things happening in our life right now. Eye-opening, moving into our wholeness. So let us begin. We're going to breathe in through our nostril for 3, hold it for 3, and release it for 3. Let's begin. You know, this is the greatest day of your life. Everything in our world is operating for us, and everything is happening for you. As you early rise in this early rise, on this amazing day that you decide to connect with us or connect with me in this happy new day, on this happy new day. Life really is amazing. Life happens for you. Life is happening for you, and life is working through you. And as we are allowing ourselves to move and flow into all that is, all that has ever existed, as we are the ocean, we are the sun, we are the mountain, we are the trees, we are the grass. And as we are wholeness, and as we are connected together in wholeness as this body that we are, our higher self, our lower self, we understand that the kingdom of heaven is within us. Heaven is above our higher self. Heaven is our higher self. Our lower self, hell, which we are balancing out to understand that everything in our world is working, is happening for us. As we rise up together, connecting, linked together, moving in wholeness, understanding the 7 harmonic principles, understanding the 7 universal laws, understanding that we are creators of our own reality. And as we are aware that we are the creators of our own reality, that we understand that we are God. We are God. That we are source energy within the body. I am love. I give love. I receive love. I accept love. I am walking in abundance. I am fulfilling my purpose. I am connected to all. Unconditional love is my guide. There is one truth, one law. I create. I am a divine being having a divine human experience here in the heart on planet Earth. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I am healthy, happy, and terrific. Today, on Happy New Day, it is the best day of your life. Everything in your world is happening for you. Not only that, it is happening by you, through you. And as we are on this journey together, Happy New Day to everyone that's on the podcast. I'm so excited. I am Love, and I'm so excited to be here today in this now energy that we're in. I shout out to all of you that connect with me on the YouTube. You know, you can just subscribe to me on the YouTube, connect with me over there, and don't forget to hit the notification button. And I shout out to you on the Facebook as well, and the Messiah Code. We are wholeness. We are wholeness. As we are continuing climbing up higher in this enlightenment, as we grow together, as we walk together, as we are linked together. So let's go. We will be sharing about the law of rhythm. And we've talked about the law of vibration, and we talked about the law of polarity. And now we are talking about the universal law, the rhythm. We're going to just read out of the introduction to magic and divination. And so this is day number 5. Afu, rhythm. And it is the center of your soul system. The center of your soul system, which would be your chakras, the center of your soul system, where we say solar system, but your soul system. So rhythm, everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The metronome of life. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Everything is manifested in a measured motion. To and fro. Flow and inflow. A swing backwards, a swing forward. For every action, there is a reaction. For every action, there is a reaction. I think I'm on YouTube on everything. Gratitude. There we go. So, rhythm. For everything has its tides. Everything flows in and everything flows out. Just like we talked about polarity. There's an opposite. There's two sides to the pole. Actually, rhythm is between the two poles. To understand that you are rhythm, polarity, vibration. You are the 7 universal laws. You are the 7 harmonic principles, and they all govern your life experience that you are having here within this experience that you are having. And so we're also still talking about the female Messiah. And the female Messiah we're talking about is the widow. Colors are purple and gold. And she is the right arm. Tool is the needle and the thread. And so we're linking everything together to understand how things operate in our life, how we are, how the sun, how the moon, how the stars all operate within us, and how our body, our system, because we're the soul that's trapped in the computer. To understand the soul trapped in the computer, this body is actually the computer. This whole network, this is the network. And so you look at it as the human body, but this is a whole entire system that functions just like that computer that you have, and you give it orders. You type in the word and what you want to, you do a word search and what you want to look up and how you want to information and how you type things. And this is the computer, the soul in the computer. And so you entered in, and my guys, I'm going to share with you what, walking through the daycare and I Am Love, and we're sharing, with each other, is talking about how we incarnated into this reality. We came down. In other words, we came down from heaven, because remember, heaven is your higher self and your lower self is hell. So we came down into the lower self, which is hell. So you've been hanging out in hell, or we've been hanging out in hell, which we've been programmed in hell, in a lower dimension, in a lower vibration. So we've been trapped in hell, which we've been trapped in the Q, which is hell, because actually we're God. God has been trapped down in the lower part of itself, which is the lower self, which is considered like the lower part of its being, which which says with the root chakra and the other chakras that are the lower part of you. So we've been trapped in that part of actually those lower vibrations of all those lower entities, or those lower things, or what have lower things, are those lower energies. Those lower energies have been operating and have been having control over us because we be in a lower vibration, which means by universal law, they have had a right to be able, they have been had a right to govern our life in that lower part because we were operating in a lower vibration on a lower frequency, which is God. Because God, you can only be God. This is what my higher self, and we're walking through here, and I'm hearing this, and I'm hearing, you can only be God. That's just it. 747, 24/7, 361 degrees. We operate from the dot. You can only be God. This is as masters know this. God's source is everything. You can only be God because God is the dot. You can only be God because God's source is everything, and everything is source, which means everything is God. You can only be God no matter what you have experienced in our experience in your life. While we were trapped in the lower part of hell, in the lower part of our stuff, we could only be God. God is only God, and God can only experience God. We are God. I'm using the word God. Source can only experience source. So therefore, source can only be source. You can only be source. You can't be nothing else but source. So when I say you can only be source, the negative part of you is source. The positive part of you is source. You can only be source. You can only be God. God is the experience. So you can only be God that's having the experience. The good, the bad, the ugly, the positive, the negative. You are only God. You can only be God having this experience because God is all there is that exists within your reality. You came down into this experience, but you are still God, which still came from the dot, from the beginning. That is all that you can be. God is the with everything in your life that you have experienced, that's still God. What you don't like about yourself, that's still God. The good things that you like about yourself, that's still God. That's understanding that you can only be God, nothing else but God. You are the master, you can only be God. Oh, I love that. I can only be God. I am only God. No matter what choices God is having the experience, I am God. Oh, I love that. I can only be God, nothing else. They can call you all kind of names and everything else, but you can only be God. That's it. You only source. They can call you all the names and everything that don't even have any different vibration to them, but you can only be God. That's it. You are God's source energy, even the devil. Oh, she said the devil. Yes, I did. What you call the devil is the lower part of you. You can only be God. So let's walk with this. My goodness, I feel good. Oh, I introduced myself, right? I am Oracle Mother Yanis Lamel Nucha Prime Supreme 1216 of the Messiah Code Movement and the Thawalu Tribe. It is an amazing space to be in with you, walking this together in wholeness. If you find that the podcast is enlightenment to you, share it. Share it. Can I get 7 shares? Can I get 7 shares? I like that number. 6 things God like, and 7 is an abomination. Can I get a 7? Can I get 7 shares today? Anyway, let's roll with this. So we're talking about the law of rhythm, and we have a PowerPoint, but we want to talk about the rhythm because we talked about the poles. And so we're going to talk and share, we are family, and we are all at the round table. So we are family, and families eat together. Families share together. We are energy, frequency, and vibration. So coming out of the 7 universal laws, and I'm reading out of the book of wisdom. So the law of rhythm. The law of rhythm suggests that everything in the universe follows a natural pattern on cycles of rhythm. Let's hear that again. The law of rhythm suggests that everything in nature or natural follows a natural pattern of rhythm These rhythms can be observed in various aspects of your life, including nature, the human behavior, and the cosmos. The law of rhythm implies that there are ups and downs, cycles of growth and decay. Cycles of growth and decay. In other words, the body goes through all these cycles. It goes through all these cycles. And there's the growth, there's the up and the down. It goes through like the system or how it is. You become the child, a baby, a child, a baby, infant, a toddler, then the child, and then on up the youth, and then on up into the adult. Look, those are cycles. That's rhythm. You follow the pattern of the rhythm. And so just like night and day, the sun has a certain time it come up. Even the ocean has a certain time that the waves go in and out. Rhythm. Everything is rhythm. The heart beats on the rhythm. You talk with the rhythm. Your eyes beat with the rhythm. Just moving, flowing with the rhythm, flowing with the rhythm. And periods of expansion and contraction. In all things, everything is rhythmatic because it's a light wave universe. It's a light wave universe. It is a light wave universe. Ashe. It says, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. The all is mental. The all is mine. The all is mine. We are the all. The all is mine. The universe is mental. And we are the universe. The all is mine. The universe is mental. We're sharing about rhythm, the law of rhythm. Everything flows out in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Compensate. That's the key volume. And the rhythm, the law of the rhythm, is the great fifth harmonic principle. There are 7 harmonic principles, but rhythm is the 5th harmonic principle. So we're going to leave that with that. So as we are connecting together in wholeness, and I love how we all connect together in this wholeness. So let's walk together. You, me, us, Kun, me, we. Let's walk together as we connect in what we already know that's already in us. So let's go. I love you. Let me put my face up here. The law of rhythm. The law of rhythm. They say the rhythm of the beat. How you was coming up and, they would play music. And, I was in my sisters, and I had 6 sisters. 6 sisters, 2 brothers. And so out of all of them, I happened to be the one that said they didn't have the rhythm. Or I wasn't the one that could dance. So they would say, you off beat. That was one thing that, my sister would say when we would be up dancing. And Claire was trying to teach me how to get on beat. So the law of rhythm. Let's walk this together. The law of rhythm. Rhythm, wisdom. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. Key volume. Sort of like I'm hearing like an empire rises and it falls. It's just like everything. There is a season and a time for everything. Oh, look at that. The Bible verse is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens. To everything, there is a season. There's a season for everything in your life. So, as we talked about yesterday, is that you were walking through the door now. So, everything in our life, there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens. And so, the season in our life that we are Messiah, a leader, a savior of a particular group with a cause, and one that is in preparation for war. There is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And that season and that purpose that you are is that the ascension, that path that we are on, is that we came down from through heaven. You came down from above. We came down from heaven to earth. And to earth, we came in earth, what is considered like we came down into hell. So hell, your lower part of you is hell. And so we have been trapped in hell because we were enjoying hell. We was really loving this experience that we were, the spell that we were under. We were really loving this. We were liking how we were feeling. We was just like, we felt like we were at home, but actually we were trapped. We were trapped in a mind frame that where it was a rhythm to where we were thinking the way that we were programmed to think. And that we were trapped within a reality, within a cube that only our mind could contain that level because we were in a lower vibration. So we were not tapping into what we really are, a higher vibrational divine being that we are. We were trapped in the lower state of our consciousness, not our higher consciousness of the part of source. Oh, I love that. So in the Bible verse, it says Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season. There is a season for what you were going through, or what we have gone through. That was a season. That was then, this is now. In the rhythm, everything rises. There's things fall. So in your season, the times that you have gone. Once I was a child, when I was a child, I thought as a child. As I became old, I put away childish things. And so that means that the way I used to think, the way I used to talk, the way I used to walk, that was a season that I was in. The way I used to carry myself, the way I was out there wasting my life, the way I was just doing, that was a season. When I was outside myself and I didn't know that I was God, that was a season that I was in. But to everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose. There was a season, that was a purpose that was being served, that I agreed to come here and have that experience, that I agreed that I can come down into hell and master hell. I could come down and master hell and rise back up. That is symbolic of the ascended master, that he went down into hell in the lower consciousness of his mind, mastered it, and rose up in higher consciousness back into heaven, which is his higher self. I shaded that. Felt that in my shoes. I say. To everything there is a season, and to To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So, your higher self, heaven. Your lower self, hell. But let's look at this. Let's look at this together. Let's walk with this together. But you can only be God. You can only be source, because that's all it is. Remember, source is everything. There is nothing outside of source. So you are source, you have been sourced in hell, and you are sourced in heaven. So let's go. Analogy. A pendulum must swing left before it swings right. So it swings left and it swings right. So in other words, it's still connected. It's like having a cord, but there's two ends to the cord, but it swings. So the reaction over here has the same reaction over there because it's on a rhythm. It's moving with rhythm. When it swings that way, it automatically comes back that way. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 5.1. There is no beginning and no ending. And we say in there, in the beginning, God created. Let's understand, God's source, you have always existed. It's always existed. It's always been here. You've always existed. It's just you've been cycling in a loop. We've been cycling in a loop. That's what we've been doing. It's like we came down into hell because we agreed that we could master hell. We agreed, we picked out, kind of brings me to my book, The Strange One. In The Strange One, it talks about heavenly being, and that all the people that I met, and that all the different gifts and talents and things that they have, and how they were in this heaven place and this heavenly place, and how they were with God, and they were in all these different rooms. This is a strange one, but there's a part in my book being formed into this human being. And then there's another room where the angelic being took you to this room, and where it was all these books, all these ancient books. It looked like Akashic records and things. This is in my book that's called Strange One. And so as I'm hearing that, it's like there is no beginning and there is no end, which means I've always existed. I always existed. I will always exist because there is no end. Because there is no end to source. Life is a loop of condiums, cycles, feeding cycles. Life is a loop that just keeps feeding. So will the world end? No, that is a program. Oh, the world is ending. That's a program. The world will always exist. The world will just keep cycling over and over, just like you have the recycle place, to where you take the paper, how you love the earth, and you love the earth, and you take care of the earth. Instead of throwing paper and stuff down there, you pick the stuff up and put it in the recycle thing, and they pick it up and they take it to the recycle place, and they recycle it into something else. Ooh, I love that. And you recycle into something else to make it better, to use it again over and over and over and over. That's life. Ashe. The pendulum effect. Rhythm, wisdom. The swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Bible verse, scripture, Psalm 30, verse 5. Weeping may endure for night, but joy comes in the morning. So, whatever you may have been experiencing here, guess what? The rainbow is over here. The sun is shining here. You may experience something look like negative, but guess what? The joy is over here. So weeping. If you ever had the experience, God, because we are gods, so gods, messiahs. Have you ever had the experience? Some of us have had this experience because we chose this experience, messiahs. That in relationships, I'm going to use that one. In relationships, you might have had like a problem with your mate, and and you don't clear it up in the night, and may go to bed. Some still do this. Go to bed without, confronting each other, asking each other to forgive yourself. So she may go to bed weeping. She may be still having the attitude of feeling like something that, y'all didn't come to agreement about it. But guess what? The weeping may endure for just tonight. So when we say the weeping could be defined in many ways. It could be having to do with the emotions. Like your weeping could be dealing, or you could be sad for the night. Or weeping could be a leap of faith. I mean, I'm going with it. I'm going to ride this one. Weeping may endure. I could be full of joy all night, but it is how you interpret the weeping to be. It is basically here, the author probably interpret this to be something that's sad. But let's say endure for night. Night could not only mean that darkness. It could not only mean that. Night could be many things in your life. It could mean many things in your life. Night could be a time where you're supposed to be still and know that you God and ground yourself. That could connection was lost and is reconnecting. See how long it's going to take. Well, Messiah Code, Wisdom, the Codex 723. Let's go back up to the analogy. I think it's connected back. The analogy. The deeper the valley, the higher the next peak. In other words, look at this. As human, as you, this divine being, the hardest test is to master being human. I'm just keeping it real with you. It says, the greatest test is coming here into our human body and mastering being human. So, Messiah Code, Wisdom, Codex 723. These four form the engine of consciousness. They do not compete. They orbit each other. I think my connection is restored now. The rhythm governs mood. Rhythm, wisdom. Your moods are rhythm. Your emotions are rhythm. Your feelings are rhythm. Learn their patterns to escape being ruled by them. Bible verse, Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So, understanding this, to know that your life that you are experiencing now on this journey. There we go. Ashe. Oh, let me put myself on the screen. That way y'all can see me. So your life that you are experiencing. Happy New Day, Lisa. It's a day. Happy New Day. And Lisa, Didi. Your life you're experiencing. So, I kind of walk with this because I'm giving you and I'm sharing with you, not something that you don't know, but something that you already know, that you are God. And that you are God that's having the experience within this body. There's nothing outside of you. You are God. You are source. You are source. You came down. You are source, the part of source that's inside the physical body. So if we looked at the physical body or the human body as the ship, that's where you are. We're talking about we're looking for the ship. We in the ship. We are in the ship. That the ships that we've been looking for we are in the ship. There's the higher part of us and the lower part of us. We came down here to master the lower part of ourselves, to master ourselves in hell, just like the ascended master did, mastered hell and rose up out of hell, rising back up to heaven. Remember, analogy, a wave that is observed can be timed, but a wave ignored will drown you. Messiah Code, Wisdom, Codex 6-7. Emotions are signals. Your emotions are signals. Just like you have in your car or your vehicle, you have the signals that whether you're going to go to the right or whether you're going to go to the left. But you have the button that let those that are behind you to let whomever around you, or the cars that's on the side of you, know your intentions of what you're getting ready to do. So when your system is out of sync, your feelings will alert you. Ashe. Happy New Day. Excuse me. Timing is a divine technology. Timing is everything in our life. Timing is everything in our life, and everything in our life. I'm just keeping it real. This is masters. We are gods. We are God. We are source energy. We are masters. And in our life now, we are mastering to know that we are exiting out of hell, returning back to source. We have exit out of hell, because in the matrix, you were in hell. You were in hell in the matrix. And so in the matrix, you were unconscious. The moment you picked up the phone, or the moment you answered the call, was the moment that you walked out the door. And when you walked out the door, ascension, awakening, you are on the path of rising back to heaven, because your higher self, which has been your higher self, the part of you that's been, we going back to the polarity. Because remember, in polarity, the two poles, the lower self part of you, which was the hell part of you that you didn't like about yourself, which is the part that you got the experience that you have gone through, all the things that you didn't love, all the things that you were embarrassed about, that's the hell part of you. That's what we've been dwelling on, the hell plane. But now that you have awakened, answered the call, you are returning to source, rising, walking through the door. Next shift in your life. Next shift in your life. You mastered that part of yourself. You mastered the lower part of yourself, and you are on the path of ascension. Higher self, which is heaven, God. You are God. You were God in hell, and you still God in heaven. There has never been a separate part of you. You are God source energy in both places. Between the poles, you still God source energy. I shaded that. Messiah Code Wisdom. Yeah. Codex 5-8. Rushing is resistance. And I can say that, many say, I can't wait. I'm just going to use this. I can't wait till I get of age so I can be out of this house. I just want to hurry up and get through this. Rushing is resistance. Relax. Take time and smell the coffee. Or you want to say, taste the coffee. Take time and smell the roses. Because in the divine timing, I had to go back up. In divine timing, I'm going down, but I'm going back up. In divine timing is the experience. So let's go back up. Rhythm, wisdom. Mastering rhythm is mastering divine timing. Thank you, I am love. Mastering rhythm is mastering divine timing. So mastering everything in your life. In other words, mastering everything in your life is knowing that everything is moving the way it's supposed to move. Everything is happening in your life the way it's supposed to happen at the time it's supposed to happen. It's just you allowing it to happen. See, you already have guides that are guiding you. You are in the rhythm, in the moving with your guides. It is not you trying to get ahead of your guides and telling them what you want to be done. It's you moving with them. See, mastering divine timing, sowing in sync, reaping in rhythm. So every season, there is a season, a time and a season for everything that's under heaven, that is under the sun. A time to weep, a time to moan, a time to grow, a time to plant, a time to reap. There's harvest. There is a time for everything in your life. Where it looks like it's a failure, no, it's not a failure. There's a season, there's a time for you to arrive or override anything in your life that you have not. There's a time that where you master things in your life. This is that season where you have mastered that where you were. You walk through the door. That's why you in the next shift, because you walk through the door. You master that part of you. You understand, you know that now that you know that you are source, that you God, you can't be fooled by your own tricks. That you know that you're here to manipulate your own energy, because there is only you, God's source. There's no other power outside of you. Ashe. Let's walk with this. So, Galatians 6:9. Due season. In due season, we shall reap. If we faint not, we shall reap. Keep going. Keep going. Keep moving. Don't doubt. Stay on the path. Everything in your life is happening at the moment it's supposed to be happening. Analogy. A surfer doesn't fight the wave. He waits for it. Messiah Code. Wisdom. Codex 5:8. Rushing is resistance. Trying to get out of here before it's time. Trying to complete the assignment before or before you get everything that goes with the whole lesson. Trying to get out of here before you complete the assignment, before you even get the whole lesson. I'm ready to get out of here. You hear many people, I want this to just be over. Rushing is resistance. Rhythm is divine timing. Is that enjoy the experience. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy happiness. Stillness is not delay. It is collaboration. Be still and know that you are God. Know that you got this. Know that everything in your life is divine timing. No matter what's going on around us, just know that everything in our life is divine timing, because we God, we created it. Everything in your life that you have that's happening, you designed it to happen at the time that it's happening. Everything. There's nothing sneaking up on any of us. We God. We're source. We're creator. We're source energy in this body, having the experience. Nothing is happening on the outside. Everything is happening on the inside of us. Let's go, Messiahs. Stay in your wave. Rhythm, wisdom. Don't envy another wave. Don't envy. Happy New Day, Charity. Don't envy what others are doing. This is where you Messiahs, we already know this. This is nothing new that I'm sharing with you. We just at the table enjoying our coffee, our tea, our lemon water, our lime water. We're sitting here together and just connecting together, just loving on each other. Look, don't envy another's way. In other words, what you see somebody else doing that may look like through those lenses that they may be ahead of you, don't envy them. Don't speak negative of them. Remember, what goes out comes right back at you. Don't envy them. So in other words, stay on your path. Speak words of life. Encourage yourself. Not only that, but appreciate the other one. Because guess what? They are you. Yours is collaborated for your elevation. So yours is collaborated for your elevation, because when you encourage somebody else, guess what? That energy is coming right back to you as you are giving gratitude for what they are experiencing, the good things that you love about them. Guess what? It's going back to you. Your elevation. Oh, your joy, your bliss, abundance, elevation, and not feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, that's it. And not feeling like you're left out because you're not God, because God, you created this. You're not left out, God. It's the other part of you that experience. And so when you start loving on that other part of you, that what you see others are elevating, or that somebody else will seem like they got this better and they get this, they always have favor. Guess what? That's still you. So when you are loving on them and you are loving on yourself, that's the two poles, because rhythm is in the middle of the pole. Bible verse, Psalm 1:3. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. Which means, God, you already know that your abundance, look, is yours. You already know that you're looking through the lenses of source. Oh, I love this. As you are looking through the lenses of source, that's all you see. You don't see envy. You don't see jealousy, because all those are lower state of where you was in hell. Envy, jealousy, doubt, fear is the lower part of your lower self. So you done walked out that door. So therefore, there is no envy. You only see through the eyes of source, abundance, health, wealth, prosperity. That's what you see, because what you see is a reflection of you on the inside. So you see that out there. So that's what you're experiencing on the inside. So you're not envying anybody. God, source, you creator. Oh, I love that. You seeing the change on the inside of you. It's the reflection, because what you see in them is really what you see from inside of you. It's the reflection. So you giving gratitude, because that's what you see inside. The mirror is only showing the reflection of what's going on inside of you. The good things are showing out there. Oh, I love that. Let's walk together. Ashe. Ashe. Analogy. A trumpet cannot imitate a drum. No, it has a purpose. A trumpet has a purpose, and the drum has a purpose. But guess what? Both are instruments. Oh, I love that. Both are instruments. Guess what? Both are tools. Both serves a purpose. Just like everything in your life serves a purpose. So walk with me on that. Messiah Code Wisdom. Codex 13:4. Your collaboration is sacred. You were coded to operate on a specific wavelength, protected. So God, source, masters, we were coded to operate on a specific wavelength. Remember, we came down inside a human body, because we had to come into the earth. We had to come into the earth because the body is the earth. We came into the earth. Oh, I love that. You know, you had to come into it in order to master it, to understand what it was, what it is to be human, and how to master it. So you had to have these same experiences that they were having as a human being. Not only that, the Messiah came down. Oh, I love that. Because see, remember the Messiah, it talks about it in the scripture how he went down into the earth. He went down into the earth, and down into the earth, those that were chained. When they talk about those that was chained, didn't he say he went down there and unlocked those that were chained, them souls and stuff that were locked up, talking about in the mind, have been locked up, bound, that couldn't think for themselves. That's symbolic of that. Went down into hell. Isn't that where we've been? Isn't that where we've been? Isn't that where we've been in hell? Down in hell, trapped in the cube, moving like the robot. But guess what? It all serves a purpose. Because see, they were looking for the Messiah to come back the same way. Same way. Not down in the computer. Not in the computer. Not source in the computer. Not the designer in the computer. Not the programmer in the computer. Not the operator in the computer. The network. You smarter, you greater, creator. You were coded to operate on a specific wavelength, protected, because you operating on the wavelength of 131. I love that. Stay in your wave. Oh, I love this. Rhythm is memory in motion. Rhythm, wisdom. Rhythm is the memory of motion, repeating itself through form. Rhythm is the memory of motion. You hear creating memories, making memories, because that's all that lasts, you know? That's all you have is the memories. Your memories. That's why you have what it says, the Kashi records. So you go to sleep in your memories, you're dreaming, your memories. You operate on a specific wavelength. Know that. Bible verse, Exodus 16:5, It shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in. And that's like the children of Israel and how they were 6th day. It's considered like in preparation for the Sabbath. And they shall prepare that which they bring in, because on the Sabbath, if you understand the Hebrew, you understand Sabbath, that on the 7th day you don't cook or anything. So everything was prepared on the 6th day. And it says the 6th day is considered like the day when man was created. God made man on the 6th day. You know, I'm just bringing out some things to help us, just bringing our memory back together, because, you know, we already know all this. It's not nothing new. All right. Analogy. Oh, that was itching a little bit. Drum line. Rehearse so that the beat becomes instinct. You know the movie. Anybody seen the movie Drumline? And the young guy, you know, he was trying out for to be a part of the band, but he was one of the best drummers it was. So your life experience, the rehearse, you've had this experience over and over and over. But guess what? You finally mastered it. We finally mastered it. That's how we walk through the door. We finally mastered it. That's how we're going. We are shifting to the next level in the game. We finally mastered it. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 820. Cell is the archive. It retains every frequency you've ever emitted or absorbed. Rhythm is its pulse. Rhythm is the heartbeat of creation. Me too, DD. Rhythm is the heartbeat of creation. You know, they always say that melanated people got rhythm. And, Judah, the tribe of Judah is one that have rhythm, a Yehuda. And they call that, the Yehuda, call most of them melanated, Sometimes when you be saying the melanated word, I'd be like, man, like melon, watermelon. Just say people that have the same shades that we have. Just say we got rhythm. And we can make a beat out of anything. We don't even have to have any instruments. We could beat on the table. We could beat on two sticks together, get a beat from it. Okay. The rhythm is the heartbeat of creation. You created everything on rhythm in your life. Everything has a season. Rhythm wisdom. The pulse of rhythm is the sound of God's breathing in patterns. The pulse of rhythm is the sound of God breathing in patterns. So your pulse of rhythm is the sound of your breathing in pattern, because source and you are one. We're not outside of source. We're not separated from source. We are source. We're the part of source that's in the body. So we're still source. We're not outside of source. We're not separated from source. It's where my guys was giving to me as I'm walking through here, and it's saying that you're not separated from love. You're not praying for love. You are love. You're not separated from joy. You are joy. You're not separated from peace. You are peace. You're not separated from your happiness. You are happiness. You are wholeness. So everything in your life that you asking God for, you are already that, because you are God. You are source in the physical body. You still God. You still source. So you're not lacking anything. You are source. You are the master. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. In Genesis 2:7, the Lord God formed man and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. He breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. The breath. Air. Analogy. The inhale and the exhale are opposite, but one breath. That's wholeness. I like that though. The inhale and the exhale opposites, but one breath. That means when I breathe in, rhythm. I let out, rhythm. Oh, we operate from the dot today. We are operating from the dot. Okay. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 28.1. This is the Messiah's OS, encoded in 3.1 master nodes. Clarity is, clarity, a polarity. Your polarity, the two poles, higher self, lower self, heaven, hell, it's all you, is your system path. Your rhythm is how you walk it. Your rhythm is how you walk it. Your rhythm is how, Happy New Day, how you master it. This is where you master it. You are understanding that there is no separation. Happy New Day. There's no separation. The pole that we talk about, the polarity, the pole polarity, the rhythm between the poles, all higher self, lower self, it's all you. God, what we call God, what we call the devil, what we call, it's all us. There's nothing separate. It's only source. I ain't the devil. Spell it backwards. It said lived. But it's really up to you. All right, let's go. The moon rules rhythm. Rhythm, wisdom. The moon governs cycles, tides, growth, blood, dreams. Bible verse. Psalm 104:19. He appointed the moon for season. Remember in Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, for everything, there is a season. There is a season. I'm not talking about the season that you put on your food, but there is a season for everything in our life. And God's source, we are, created those seasons, those times of change, those times of shift in our life. Because the moon governs a certain part of us, and so does the sun. The moon does not shout, yet it moves ocean. It doesn't shout out to the ocean and say, hey, ocean, go this way. Nah, it has that power. So do you. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 31:4. The first light of rhythm is lunar. All flesh obeys her code. She is the hidden hand of motion. Lunar. Excuse me. Y'all still with me? All right. Rhythm, wisdom. Rhythm protects from excess. Rhythm, wisdom. Without rhythm, you fall into extreme. Your life is rhythm. Your blood flows through you in rhythm. Everything is rhythm. Everything operates between the two poles, which is polarity. We have vibration. All of these universal laws operate within the 7 harmonic principles, operate within you. You, source, God, creator, master, you, source, part, source, agree to come down here into that physical body, come down into hell, going back up, rise up in ascension, going up in ascension, shifting into heaven, higher self again. It's a pattern. It's a cycle that is going on, keep going on until you decide that you want to do something else. Ooh, that's deep right there. Rhythm, wisdom. Without rhythm, you fall into the extreme. Proverbs 30, verse 8-9. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. In other words, food can be looked at as word. It can be looked at it as knowledge. It doesn't have to be physical food, but give me something that's gonna last. He said, but he said, feed me with food convenient for me. But knowledge, the blueprint for me. Analogy. Even good food becomes poison without rhythm. You understand that? Because you have to understand. Remember, there's a what is it? Hansel and Gretel. Remember we're talking about the breadcrumbs, and then remember how she was giving them food about don't eat that food. That was told don't eat the food because if they eat the food, it's going to be poison. There are a lot of times in your life that we experience many things in life because we chose to experience. We created that reality to have that experience. But as I'm saying, if you don't have the experience, you get the lesson. But you already mastered all this. This is nothing new that I'm sharing with you. We just walking together, having a nice cup of hot tea together. Even good food becomes poison without rhythm. In other words, good food without knowledge of knowing yourself becomes poison. Ooh. Don't ever eat or practice greed. So in other words, that what you have been given to know that you are already money, you are already your riches, you are already your wealth, you are already your perfect health, you are all everything. Knowing it, just say, don't practice greed. Because you know what? Don't take what you have to obtain more for yourself and not giving to the poor or the less that are less fortunate than you are. Greed is a part of the lower self. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 710. The Messiah walks with a sword, not to destroy, but divide clarity from confusion. That's what we're doing. We're walking with the sword, not to destroy, but to divide clarity from confusion. Ain't that something? We're walking with the sword of the Spirit, the word of God, that knowing that the very words that we speak have power, that we are the word, that we are the spoken word. Everything we created in the beginning, what we consider is the beginning, but we've always existed, because when we do put a beginning on, it's like, oh, something started something. No, we've always existed. We've always existed. We just been cycling. But we walk through the door now. We shifted. We're conscious. We unplug from the matrix. We unplug from the matrix. But even when we unplug the matrix, guess what? Now we are preparation for war. Now we're dressed to go back in the matrix and get that which is ours. Somebody turn to the right. Somebody turn to the left, but move with the rhythm. Because guess what? All our loved ones, those that have been asleep for over 26,000 years, guess what? You woke up, have your weapons, now you're dressed. Now you're going back in. Remember, you said you'd be the sacrifice. So you're the sacrifice. Now you're going back in and getting what's yours. Remember the red pill, the blue pill, the purple pill? You decided you're going to be the sacrifice, that you're not afraid, that you operate in the power that you are. You walking through the door, master. Remember what the ascended master said, you wouldn't even have no power if my father didn't even give it to you. And not only that, man shall not live by bread alone. The analogy here, even good food becomes poison without rhythm. Don't ever eat or practice greed. Remember, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Look at that. The Messiah walks with the sword. The word is the sword. Bread represents the word. Walk with me. We're going to do one more and we're going to get off. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. Wisdom is timed knowledge. Rhythm, wisdom. A wise word gives out of season, becomes folly. Master the art of timing. In other words, speaking just to speak without actually knowing the power, without mastering your timing, knowing when to speak, when to be still, when to ground yourself. Because remember, you're a deliberate creator. A word spoken out of timing creates a reality for those that have been those lower vibrations that have been holding you down in a lower state of consciousness. Speaking out of timing, continue to create that reality. So Proverbs 25:11, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pitchers of silver. Words that know thyself. The words that are power, words that give strength, words that give encouraging, words just like apples of gold and pitchers of silver. It's that you have the power to create because you are source, you are creator. Everything you're doing in source, you're God. This is mastering. You mastered your lower part of yourself. This is you walking through the door now. We are walking through the door, Messiah. But we're a leader or savior of a particular group with a cause, and one that is in preparation for war. We're dressed for battle. We're the boots on the ground. We're in the network, but we're operating from inside. All right. Analogy: the right note at the wrong time create noise. Stay on beat. There's someone out there just running off the mouth. Remember, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So there's someone out there just speaking and have not done their homework. or they have not done their homework. They have not studied to show themselves approved, rightly dividing the word of truth, just like they're just talking. And there are many of them that understand that the very words that you speak create a reality. Whether you are conscious or not conscious, you're creating a reality. Remember, the word is. The word is. The word is. The word is. Everything you speak, the word is. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 30, verse 4. The awakened walk the middle beam. They honor shadow and light as necessary lessons and know when to speak. You know when to speak. You know when to be still. You know when to open your mouth. You know when to be quiet. You know when to ground yourself. We do as Messiah. We operated in our power of God, source, master, who we are. All right. This is the last one. We're gonna get off on this one. Rhythm is a divine guardrail. Rhythm, wisdom. When you walk in rhythm, destruction passes you by. When you know yourself, when you know who you are walking in rhythm. Bible verse, Exodus 12:23. When he seeth the blood, the Lord will pass over the door. So in other words, you know yourself because you are God. And as my guys were saying to me, you can only be source, nothing else. And as you know that you are source, you are moving in the rhythm of source. You're moving in the rhythm of your own creation. You cannot be nothing else. That's all you can be because you operate from the dot. Source is the dot. From the dot came everything, which means you are source. Many call God by many other names, but you are God's source energy. Analogy: train on rhythm. Never derail. Keep track of your rhythm. In other words, your thoughts, keep track of your rhythm. Because your thoughts become things and they create a reality. Messiah Code Wisdom. Just knowing that you're not joking. You don't joke. Because a master, Messiah, knows that they are so powerful, that the words are powerful. God spoke. So you are God, you're speaking. So when you joke with your words, guess what? You're creating reality. You know your subconscious mind doesn't know that you're not wanting to experience that. It doesn't know that. It's just following your orders, your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, your superconscious mind, it's own following you. They are only following your orders. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 12:8. Flow is not force. Power runs through well-placed silence and rhythmatic obedience. That's where in life, in hell, my guys are saying in hell, hell was designed. Hell was designed for those that want to live there. Love to take a residence up there. Hell is actually a place that for people that love pleasure, for people that love to be materialistic things. That's what hell was designed for, those people. And so, but the creators, the messiahs that know that they are the creator of it, know that they are here to manipulate their own energy. And so when I say that, I'm saying this to you. Hell was never designed for you to keep you there. It was there for you to master it and rise back up. This is you stepping fully into your power. Where the illusional world painted this whole program that when you die, you go somewhere going to hell. Whether you live right, if you live right, you're going to heaven. If you die, if you don't live right, you're going to hell. So basically, the third heaven where you are is considered hell. It's talked about in the scripture where it said Satan was kicked out of heaven. He was kicked down to the third heaven. So where we've been resigning is the third heaven, which is hell, which is your lower self, which is your lower part of you, is where you have been trapped in that lower part of you. And many, when I say lower part of you, I'm talking about your root chakra on down, down there, and we have where we're talking about these parts of our body that we've been just flinging it over here and flinging it over here and putting it in here and putting it in this one. And, you've been like, oh, you can't dream. You've been doing this with it. And, I'm just giving you some example. That's hell. And so hell is really a place for trapped people in pleasure. What is that movie? Pinocchio. In Pinocchio, there's a part in there where Pinocchio, a scene in there where him and another boy, and they went to this, I don't know the name of this little part of the town. He was on that train, but anyway, he went there and they was in there doing everything, but they would have pleasure. They was drinking, the children was drinking, the children were being rebellious. They was getting to do breaking glass and all these different things, but they were doing things but it was pleasure. Do everything that your daddy don't want you to do. And then Pinocchio said, I don't think my daddy would approve of this, because his daddy was a clock maker, and they were destroying clocks. He said, I don't think my daddy would approve of this. And he said, nah, come on, man. And he said, nah, here. And he pushed it over there. So that's hell. Hell is made to make it look good, to make you think it's the right place to be. And that's where we have been trapped for many, many years, where humanity has. But we came here in this body to awaken, to rise up out of hell, set the captives free. Came to set the captives free, but from the inside. So I don't need these glasses. The law of 7, rhythm, wisdom. Creation moves in 7s. 7 tones, 7 colors, 7 days, 7 harmonic principles, which is the 7 tones. Bible verse, Leviticus 23, verse number 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th is the Sabbath of rest. We say the Sabbath. I was Hebrew. I am a licensed up there. I have licensed Hebrew license, Jewish license, whichever one you want to call, cantor. Not the rabbi, but I was right beside her, so she ordained me with ministry license. But yeah, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th is the Sabbath of Shabbat, of rest. And why did I share that? But I shared it. Analogy: the rainbow is one light. The rainbow is one light broken into 7 rhythmic frequency. Isn't that powerful? That's us. Messiah Code Wisdom, Codex 1331. 7 is the root cause of completion. Every rhythm that finishes passes through 7 gates. We're going to stop with that right there. So we're going up, 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 up. Climbing higher each shift we get higher and higher. But as my guys were sharing that you can only be source. You can't be nothing else. You can only be God, because that's where you come from. Something about those destroyed rooms give me anxiety. I never understood how it would release anything or destroy already broken, damaged things. I hope I can understand what you're saying. Are you referring to the mirrors, the broken mirrors? Where they say you break a mirror, then they say you have, listen to this, that's a good revelation, because look, say when you break a mirror, it said you have 7 years of bad luck. Look at that. And we're talking about 7. So there is something very powerful about the number 7. 7 means completion. So 7 tones, 7 colors, 7 days. Then it says 7 years of bad luck when you break a mirror. Somebody do some homework on that. Let's see what we come up together with. But anyway, I've really had this. Let's make sure we're right there. Yeah. We are God. We are source. We are source energy having this experience. We are inside the computer. We are mastering this. We are inside the network. We are the soul in the computer. Within the computer, mainframe consciousness, we are rising. We are setting the captives free. We are the rhythm, and we are only source. We cannot be anything else. We've mastered this. We're walking through the door of time and space. We're no longer cycling. We are no longer cycling. We are no longer cycling anymore. We are in the return of source. We are waking. We're conscious, knowing that we are source. In every step that you make from here out is you're creating your creation. You are creator of your heaven and earth. So know that you are source energy, and that the light, like spectrum, the light is shining through you. I love that. As the reflection of everything, your creation. Well, I share with that. All right. I love that. Can I get back to myself? All right. Happy new day, and thank all of you for connecting with me. We've had a wonderful time in this space together. I've enjoyed my lemon water with my regular water. I enjoy sitting at the table with each one of you to hear and feel your energy that you are vibrating on. Your love is so light love of revelation that it is clearing many areas in the reality of many minds that have been trapped. And that which you are exhibiting is freeing, is setting the captives free. And that is wonderful that you know this, Messiahs, that we know this, that we are source energy. We are source energy. And we are continue walking our path. I love that. I really love that. So, Oracle Mother Yanis Lamel, Nutri Prime Supreme, 1216 of the Messiah Code Movement at the Walu Tribe. Just a few reminders that announcements that September the 21st, African Parade, a couple of days away, Harlem, New York, and that just remind you that it will be going on, and preparation is being made for that. Not only that, if you would like to help in that area with those that are driving and those that are flying, those that are meeting them there, because we had a meeting, and the thing that we're doing is that we're providing a meal for them and, water, because they're going to be out there, they're marching in the parade. And if you would like to donate, and that's not my Cash App, but our Cash App. The Walu's Cash App is $, the Walu 141, and you can give a donation, and that'll go directly to assist with food and water for them. Not only that, we have also PayPal, and we also have Zelle, and we are a 501c3 non-profit. The Walu is non-profit corporation. Hold on, live.
Call from.
It's a great day for learning at the Culture Giving Development Center. Miss Denise is speaking. Yes. All right, I'll let Miss Bessie know. Thanks for calling. Miss Cookie, can you call Miss Bessie and let her know that Faith is not coming? But she still have to pick up Giselle. All right. Yeah, I love that. We wear many hats, creators. All right, so yes, um, PayPal, Zelle. Then I said 501c3. We are a nonprofit corporation, so I am the CFO, Chief Financial Officer of Thuwalu Tribe Corporation. So whatever you give, you'll get a tax form from me that you can write it off on your taxes. Not only that, we have December 21st, we have Karen's Kitchen coming up that we'll be feeding 200 plus people here in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you would like to be a part of that, you can email us as well, and we can give you more information about that so that you can take part. We need volunteers, and we would love to have you as volunteers. If you're a cook, we're serving vegetarian meals, so if you would like to take part in that, please reach out to us. Not only that, we also have the Pilgrim's Vacation still around the corner. Just letting you know, we'll be going back to Puerto Rico, and you can start, setting your funds to the side for that in January. We also have the 90-day water fast coming up, which will be also in February to May, the 90-day water fast. So you can start getting a little body ready for that, how you can returning to what wholeness within yourself, and how in alignment with the ancestors, and how the water is life, which is the ancestors. What else? We have the website. Don't forget about the website. Thuwalu has a website, and you can go on Thuwalu's Facebook page and scroll down there and hit the link, and it'll pull up our website, and you can see other great things about Thuwalu and how the ministry is feeding, how we are the youth sending things to Africa. And don't forget about our pen pal. We have the pen pal. If you would like to be a part of the pen pal, if you would like to be one, please email us, message us, so that we can, get you started with that as well. We send books all around the world. We mail books, Lazarus books around the world. So if you would like to be a part of the book ministry as well, and you would like to purchase a book, one of Lazarus books that we can, Messiah Code books, that we can send them into the jails, into the prison, so that you can reach out, you can purchase the book on the website, or you can just send a donation and we will send the book. We will mail the book to them. If you want to add a note yourself, and we can do that too. Send us a message like, hey, I would like to purchase this book, but I would like to include this note as well. And so, don't forget that also we have, we are very growing and very busy and loving every moment of it. Don't forget about Tea with Tea on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, Tea with Tea comes on at 9. I think at 9. It might be 10. But anyway, the message for next Tuesday, she's going to be talking about sacred women. Well, you have to go on there and see it's about sacred women, the feminine within you, balancing out the feminine and the masculine. Not only that, what else? We have on Friday, we have Ashita General. The General comes on Friday, and her podcast comes on Friday, and then mine is Early Rise. Every day, basically every rise, and then Laughter comes on many of the other days. So just connect with us, and just have an amazing day today. You are God's source energy. You are creator, and that's all you can be. You can't be anything else but God, because God is the dot. Everything that exists comes from God, and you God, which means you created everything. You are the creator of the reality. And so, happy new day. And so, life is amazing. And to see if there's anything, I just want to continue to give gratitude for all my ancestors that were here in this sacred space with us at the time that they were here. We just want to give gratitude for those that were here, and now we just release them to go. And thank you. So, have an amazing day. Love on yourself. Know that you're a creator. You are the creator of your reality, and your life is amazing. Have an amazing day, Messiahs. You are the greatest gift to yourself, and you are the greatest gift to humanity, because humanity can only change in you. Ashe. Kum